comes from Gaeta, which is a town nearby, and I came back to Italy and to Gaeta. There was strong immigration at the end of the 19th century, and my grandfather first, and my parents went to USA. Today, I work in a hotel in Gaeta, and it's a small hotel, and we basically do a bed and breakfast without any restaurant. We used to have a restaurant, but it was too expensive to keep because of the slowing economic conditions of tourism. As you well know, tourism is one of those activities that you take away from your family budget when the economy is not running full speed. Today I will be speaking of introduction to tourism. Basically, I will give you some figures, some numbers, some aspects. I'll bring up some concepts. I was not well aware of what I was supposed to present, in which way, numbers, definitions, so I did a little bit of both. I hope it's not boring. It's for me a privilege to be here today. I'm seeing so many young people, so people that have been doing tourism to get here, and that have had my friends from Florida and Gaeta come to your countries and your cities, and they were doing tourism as well. So, what is tourism? I will be reading so I won't forget some key elements. And some things will be repeated, not because of a petit nuance, but because it could help to get a concept further down, especially for the young students. Tourism is travel for pleasure. The theory of practice of touring, the business of attracting, accommodating, entertaining tourists, and the business of operating tourists. Travel pleasure, you're here for cultural reasons, but you're also traveling for pleasure because you will be enjoying the food, the wine, the scenery, the attractions of medieval times, Roman times, and Renaissance times. The business of attracting, which means we do publicity, we do marketing, we do advertising, we try to get people to come here. Just as you have commercials on TV telling you to buy Ford, or to buy Peugeot, or to buy Fiat, we do the same thing in tourism and as all the economic activities. Accommodating, of course, is something very specific of the tourism industry, especially and where it was coming from. And from that concept, a lot of parts of the world, especially where the immigration took place, be it Australia, be it Canada, be it United States, or Brazil, they would study how their family got there. Now, of course, if they were coming from Italy or from Ireland, it would be a little bit easier because maybe there were books and city halls where everything was written. But then we have sports tourism. This year is two big events. You will be hosting in France the European Football Cup, and also in Brazil we will have, in Rio de Janeiro, there are going to be Olympics. So a lot of people are going there. Some of you might be sport athletes and want to see what it's like to participate in these races. I hope some of you might go there and see what it's like. Careers in tourism. I'm not meaning that all of these careers, these jobs, are provided because of tourism. Of course, the tour operator and the travel agent, yes. Tour operator is going to provide a group of people how to get from one place. Probably what they do is they book flights, they book up 50, 100 seats on a plane, regardless if they know who to sell it to. And then they sell these products to the travel agent. The travel agent is the person where you go when you want to go on a trip by yourself or with your family. You book a number of days, how you want to get there. And I always recommend to look the things, this is personal, to look the thing on the internet, but then go compare it with a travel agent because you have more insurance going there of the final product. Transportation. So most of the transportation would be there, regardless. These jobs in transportation would be there, regardless if there would be any kind of tourism, like airlines, ships, railways. Then the luxury coach, that is more tourist. Car rentals, I mean, you have them everywhere. Sightseeing, city bus, that is a little bit of numbers because this economic test by Dornbush and Fisher said there is no free lunch. So everything boils down to numbers and boils down to economics. The sooner you learn that, the better. The most popular city destination is, the source is the WTO statistics of 2015, all figures expressed in millions. London, 18 million, Bangkok, 18.2, Paris, 16.6, Dubai, Istanbul, and New York City. The biggest earners of money, because you get people, but then it depends how long they stay. You might get 18 million that stay 2 days, and you might have 15 million that stay 4 weeks. So it might have a difference. And as a matter of fact, New York City was in 6th place on the arrivals, but it's 2nd place for what concerns earning in the city. And then we have still Singapore, which are the new rich of Asia, are not always traveling to this part of the world, so they're staying closer to home. Singapore, where they say some of the best hotels are there. Their labor is a bit cheaper than compared to us. So whereas in a typical hotel in the western part of the world, you have about 2 employees every 5 customers. They claim in some places in Singapore, the very expensive hotels, you have 2 people working in that hotel for every guest.